What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Rank Everything, the show where we rank everything. I'm your host, Ryan, and today we're going to be ranking the Dark Souls 2 bosses based on which one is the baddest. Which of the Dark Souls 2 bosses are certified baddies? Alright, so for our tiers for today, here at the bottom we have good, in fact. These are bosses that are not bad. In fact, they're good. So, yeah, so at the bottom there. From there we have a little bit devious. These are characters who are like, they have potential to be a baddie, but it's very small. Or they themselves are, very little devious. Then from there we have can certainly get it. Very run of the mill, normal level of affection, I think. Then from there we have is gonna get it. These are characters who are definitely gonna get it. And then at the top, we have certified baddie. These are all the certified baddies. From Dark Souls 2. Alright, so first up we have the last giant. So the gender of the last giant is up for debate as far as I'm aware, because I don't know if there's some super obscure thing in the lore that says whether or not the last giant is a man or a woman or whatever the fuck. But it certainly don't look like a woman to me. But I don't know, it's got like the bottle. It's certainly got like that bottle shape, kind of, maybe a little bit. But I think the last giant, it's literally just got a hole for a face. It's like just perfect. I'm gonna say but last giant a little bit devious. Pursuer. So let's see. It also, I guess this sort of depends on is there only one pursuer and he just keeps coming back, or are there multiple pursuers like the devs say that there were? Because the story is that during production there was actually a mistake made where the name of Pursuer was changed to Pursuer when originally it was supposed to be a Pursuer, which is meant to imply that there's more than one, which is totally true. You fight the Pursuer like 4 or 5 times throughout the game at different random special locations. So, but the Pursuer, I don't know. Dude can curse you with his sword, big. Can literally float and fly. That's the thing. Despite the fact that the Pursuer can literally float and flies around the battlefield, he flies around on a big bird everywhere else he goes. So it's kind of, I don't know what's going on here. Bro is definitely devious at the least. But I'm going to say the Pursuer can certainly get it. Dragon Rider is just like a bitch. I don't know if he is that fat because of the armor, and he's actually just a skinny, super buff dude underneath, or if the armor is just made to fit him. But big ass, really big shield and the spear, and then whenever you get into Castle Drangleic, you fight the one that has the bow too. That's up on top of the freaking perch, and it is a bullshit boss fight technically. But it's not a difficult one. It's just what the fuck are we doing here kind of thing. So, Dragon Rider's good. I don't think so. Old Dragon Slayer. Okay, so the Old Dragon Slayer is obviously, it is without a doubt Ornstein's armor, or it's an armor made to look like Ornstein's armor, except it's not gold. It's that weird grayish black dark color. And so the question is this actually Ornstein? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. If it is Ornstein, well then Ornstein is a certified baddie. I would absolutely put him up there. But since I'm still not really sure, we're just gonna say the Old Dragon Slayer is gonna get it. Right, the Flexile Sentry. I don't know. Connected at the hip, or at the waist. But is there still 2/4 holes down there? I don't know. I can dream, though. The Flexile Sentry, I would say kind of feminine, with the body shape and stuff like that. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, maybe. Don't know if it has mouths or not. But, Flexile Sentry can get it. Flexile Sentry can get it. The Ruined Sentinels, I don't know. I'm not an expert in the lore of the Dark Souls games or not, but the Ruined Sentinels certainly look the most feminine out of all the bosses that are kind of ambiguous as to what their gender is. So I'd absolutely go deep in on some of that Ruined Sentinel Lussie. Definitely gonna get it. The Belfry Gargoyles, there's 5 or 6 of them. Or maybe that many. There's more than there were in Dark Souls 1. Means there's like 3, 4, maybe 5. I don't remember exactly. But like, they're just gargoyles. They're not particularly appealing to look at. Also, they're made of stone or something. Are they made of stone? I don't know exactly. Because I don't know if it's like... I don't know. We're not going to get into that. The Belfry gargoyles, definitely a little bit devious, though. The Lost Sinner is a girl, in fact. That is confirmed, and you can sort of tell based on the costume design. You can't see their face, the Lost Sinner's face, because, it's obviously, but I mean, it's certainly old lady kind of thing, because she's probably been locked away for who fucking knows how long, but, like, you can see it in the outfit. Definitely would with the Lost Sinner. Can certainly get it. The Skeleton Lords. So, the Skeleton Lords, let's see. The Skeleton Lords themselves, I don't know if it's like the Skeleton Lords are the 3 main bosses in that fight, because it's a mob fight mixed with 3 major bosses. Or not major bosses, but 3 more like boss characters, because you got to fight off these damn skeleton warriors and pinwheels and shit that also share the boss health bar with the bosses. It's a bit strange, but the Skeleton Lords themselves, just the 3, I don't know. I mean, it's just like... It's like, do you think it would feel good to rub the tip of your dick against sandpaper? And do you think that would make you blow? I don't know. I've never really thought about it now that I think about it, so we're just going to put them in a little bit devious because they are skeletons. After all, skeletons are always up to no good. The Executioner's Chariot. So, the Executioner's Chariot is a gimmick boss, right? You don't fight it exactly. Or, I mean, you fight the horse after you've destroyed the chariot. And the horse puts up a pretty good fight, and it does like dark magic and stuff, and it's kind of spooky. But like, do I want to fuck a horse? Not really. But is it bad? I don't know. We're just gonna put it in. We're gonna put it in good. In fact, this is okay. The Covetous Demon. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Are you sexually attracted to Jabba the Hutt? Because this might be the boss for you. All I'm gonna say is, I bet that hole's so big I could climb inside of it. And just like, I don't know, sleep in it like a sleeping bag. And maybe the Covetous Demon gets something out of it. But a little bit devious, just because I don't want to. Mytha. Here we go. I've never really gotten a good look at Mytha's face, but I can only imagine that if she's anything like the other, just like full-on women in any of the FromSoft games, she's absolutely certified baddie all the way. I mean, she's a Medusa kind of character. I mean, there's not even any doubt. Certified baddie, Mytha, the Baneful Queen. The Smelter Demon, no. Good, in fact. Just because of the fact that you can't even get close to the Smelter Demon without burning. And it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to, I came up with it last night. It's kind of hard to throttle rod somebody when you can't even get close to them. That's what it is. Throttle rodding. You can add that to your lexicon now. The Old Iron King. Bro's a dude. So I personally wouldn't. But is he a baddie? I don't know. Is it... This isn't up to me at this point. This comes down to whether or not it is societally acceptable to refer to a man as a baddie. And that's not a choice I can make. That's a collective thing. But the Old Iron King will remain good, in fact, until something else happens. Najka. Najka is... This is a Quelaag situation from Dark Souls 1 where, like... And, like, they knew exactly what they were doing in Dark Souls 1. I mean, they start with, like, the face, and it goes down to the chest, and you just get horrifying fire spider after that. So, like, you know, I'd probably still hit that. I'd absolutely still hit that. Certified baddie for Najka. The Royal Rat Authority, which is the big-ass rat. The big ass. Well, there's the Royal Rat Vanguard. I thought he wasn't on this list for a second. The Royal Rat Authority, just a big stinky ass rat. I don't want to, but it's a rat, so it's going to be a little bit devious. The Prowling Magus and the Congregation. They suck. So we're going to put it in good, in fact. The Duke's Dear Freya. I don't know if it being the Duke's Dear Freya is meant to be like a romantic love thing, or if it was like the Duke's Dear Freya was like the Duke's fucking pet at some point. Or if it was like, I don't know. That's a lore question. You gotta ask someone who knows about the lore to that degree, and I certainly don't. But the Duke's Dear Freya, gross spider, devious. The Royal Rat Vanguard. Again, there's another mob. This is technically a mob fight because because you're locked in this arena and you fight a whole bunch of other regular rats before the Vanguard comes out and tries to fight you. And then that's when you can actually do damage to the boss health bar because it's on the screen the whole time. Not a baddie, but certainly devious for being a rat. The Rotten. I don't want that disease. Good, in fact. The Twin Dragon Riders. I mean, this is basically just another Dragon Rider situation. But it's like if I'm taking on both of them at the same time, God, that might be a little bit much for me. I'm going to put that a little bit devious for being there, two of them. The Looking Glass Knight. Now, I don't know if the Looking Glass Knight is actually a person in that armor or if it's just a suit of armor. Because I've always got this feeling like the Looking Glass Knight is just a suit of armor. Because that's just how it feels. That's probably not true, I'm sure. But it's just how it feels. But the Looking Glass Knight is certainly sexy. He can certainly get it. The Demon of Song. The thing, I always see it with its face revealed. I don't even remember what its face looks like when the frog mouth is closed. Because I would need that information to be able to make this the best thing, most accurate thing possible. The Demon of Song, I mean, gosh, I don't know. I feel like he'd be crossing a line with this one. We're gonna put this in good, in fact. Velstadt. A piece of Dark Souls 2 lore that I do know is that the Velstadt and the Fume Knight do hate each other because apparently the Fume Knight used to be like the left-hand man of King Vendrick, whereas Velstadt was like the right-hand man or something like that, and they had a bad falling out. It was one of those things where, like, it's like if you wear a certain ring whenever fighting Velstadt, he'll scream or something like that. I don't fucking know. Velstadt, though, that's a fucking... Velstadt is gonna get it. That's all I'm gonna say. King Vendrick himself, that's just sad. I'm not touching that. It's good, in fact. The Guardian Dragon. So this is the dragon that's at the base of the elevator when you go up to the dragon's area. I think it's an elevator because I think it's a cutscene to get up there because it's literally above the clouds. Yeah, but the Guardian Dragon. I mean, Donkey did it. Why can't I? Certainly. The Ancient Dragon, too old, but devious nonetheless. The Giant Lord. The fuck is this? The Giant Lord is gonna be, I mean, it's like, okay, so like it's got all this, I mean, it's not missing an arm like the last giant is, so bonus points there. Still got the face. Bro is in a position of power. Armed with the big sword, got clothes on, so there's a little bit of like a secrecy kind of thing going on there. I'm gonna put the Giant Lord in certainly category. The Dark Lurker. I don't even know what gender the Dark Lurker is, but the Dark Lurker is a certified baddie. Certified. The Throne Watcher and Defender. Well, so the Throne Watcher, who is the girl, without a doubt, don't need to know anything else. The Defender, on the other hand, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's the age-old question of like, it's not gay in a three-way. However, we'll just put him in. He's gonna get it. Nishandra. When she's in okay, think about this for a second. The lore is that Nishandra was so beautiful that the king dropped like everything to make her his wife, and then he went to war against the giants for her, all for the reveal in the end that she's this evil ass bitch. And, of course, this is what she actually looks like. And she's, like, believed to be a piece of Manus himself. Like her soul is actually just a piece of Manus's soul from the first from the first game, and that's how the first and second games are connected and shit like that. But Nashandra, even in this form, she kind of bad. But in her regular human form, definitely like the most beautiful woman to ever exist. Definitely gonna put her up in certified baddie. Aldea, who's the scholar of the first sin, who's probably a man, despite the very feminine sounding name. We're gonna put Aldea in a little bit devious for being a flesh blob monster. Ilana. So now we're getting into the DLC characters, which I never played the DLC, so I don't know tons about it. But I know I've seen enough people play and enough challenge runs to know these characters well enough. But Ilana, I mean, fucking look at her. I mean, I think she's basically just Nashandra again. So certified baddie. Sin the dragon, or whatever the hell it is, 3 heads, triple the fun, or something like that. Certainly, I guess. The grave robber Varg and Sarah. I mean, it's just. Is it like me or you in this situation doing the 3 of them, or is it like all at the same time, or is it like or is it just like a sort of like all general like come together and do it to each other? I don't know, but certainly, I guess. Fume Knight. Known for being, I don't know. People say that Fume Knight's like the best boss in all of Dark Souls 2, but he's like also the number 1 guy that people cite whenever they're complaining about the hitboxes in Dark Souls 2. I don't get it either. I have actual hundreds of hours in Dark Souls 2, and I've never at any point did I die and be like, man, that hitbox sucks. That never happened. I was just like, fuck, I died. I don't know. It feels like a silly thing to complain about. But Fume Knight is gonna get it. You're right. Sir Alon, or Alone, whatever you prefer to call him by. I think he's pictured in this scene doing the seppuku. So, little known thing, you might know this. If you fight Sir Alone and you beat him without taking a single hit, he will commit seppuku on himself during his death animation. Which is really sad, kind of depressing to watch. But Sir Alone himself is a certified baddie, without a doubt. The blue smelter demon, I mean, it's like the other smelter demon, but blue. So he's going to be in the same position. Ava, one of the king's pets. I mean, it's literally a tiger. And I'm not doing that. Good, in fact. The Burnt Ivory King. Great boss fight, without a doubt. You just tag team him with like 4 other dudes, but he then tag teams you back with however many others you fight. Yeah, he can certainly get it. And then Lud and Zalin, the king's like other 2 pets, also not crossing that line. But here we have it. This is our official ranking for which of the Dark Souls 2 bosses are the baddest. If y'all enjoy this video, please subscribe to the channel. It means everything to me whenever y'all subscribe, watch the videos all the way through. Leave a like on this video so YouTube will recommend it more to you as well as others in the future. And then please consider subscribing to the Patreon for this channel. It's $1 a month to get an extra video every Sunday. Extra special video every Sunday on the Patreon. $1 a month. It's as cheap as I can make it. And then finally, leave a comment down below letting me know what ranking you want to see in the future. It can be anything. The channel is called Rank Everything. Once again, thank y'all for watching. Until next time, have a good one.